Welcome to my channel. I am so happy that you are here. Welcome to my channel. I hope you are staying safe in this season. Again, welcome. My name is Ruby. If you're here for the first time, I'm Ruby Bellu. I'm a wife, a mom, a businesswoman, and now a new YouTuber. Yay! So I am in this video going to be talking about what saved my marriage from collapse. That's right. What saved me and my husband from calling it quits. Okay. This is the best advice we ever got. And the good thing about it is this advice doesn't just work for couples. Okay. So it is for everyone. It is for every relationship that you value. You can use my tip that I'm about to give you on your family members, on your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors, just any relationship that you value and you want to last for a long time. This is for everyone. I'm telling you, it's good stuff. So if you want to hear, first of all, the tea about me, and also this best advice I ever heard, stay tuned. And I'll be right back. Because I'm spilling the tea, honey. Are you ready? Stay tuned. Welcome back. So like I mentioned earlier, my husband and I got an advice that really took our relationship to the next level. Okay, and it worked so well. I started applying it to my other relationships in my life with my family members, my friends, and also my staff members at my businesses. And they also enjoyed this new me, right? And they applied it to themselves and they took it home, and I got so many testimonies and so many stories about how this advice worked for them in their relationships with their families and their significant other. So it really worked. Okay, so before then, we really struggled in our marriage, and it wasn't so much what I had an issue with him about or what he had an issue with me. We were fine, just both of us, but we allowed outside influence have opinions in our marriage. So you know where I'm going. That just is a recipe for disaster when people start saying things and you start listening to them. So we found ourselves being resentful towards each other, and always wondering, is this really what we're supposed to be doing? Are we supposed to be together? We questioned ourselves the first couple of years of our marriage, and that just brought a lot of tension our way. We were going downhill real fast. Okay, so my husband at that point, he's a very reflective kind of person, and he likes to find out what he can do, any research that he can do to be better and just better himself. And that's one of the things I love about him, and he inspires me to do that as well. So in doing that, he decided to talk to his mentor about something he had read. Okay, and his mentor then told him that he also practices that in his marriage, and that was just confirmation for him. And what he talked with his mentor is called the no fight challenge, argument-free relationship. And his mentor gave him that advice. And he said, me and my wife don't fight. And we've been married. At the time, they were 45 years in marriage, and they don't have arguments. When Obi brought that home, I was like, what? What kind of marriage is that? They don't have not one argument. I was like, that is impossible. How can you live with somebody and not have an argument. So he started mentoring us on it, and he started telling us, he said, look, you can communicate if you have something. Of course, the person is going to, maybe get on your nerves at some point or do something that you don't like. But there is a way to communicate your discomfort, or there's a way to communicate your hurt without it being an argument. And also, because you're in this no fight challenge, your spouse is going to receive it without fighting back. So it's healthy banter, it's healthy communication between the both of you. And I started researching it, and I started reading up on it, and I went, as far as even looking up in the Bible what the Bible says about this. And I noticed that it is true and it is possible. So my husband and I decided we were going to give it a try. And when I tell you this advice saved my marriage, and it's very possible to go years without having an argument. It is very possible. Believe me, I was one of those people that said it is impossible to live with somebody and not have not one argument. It is impossible. I thought it was one of those theories that people just throw out, until I started living it, until it became a part of me. And now I can tell you that we have an argument-free home. We have a no-fight home. We do not fight in our home, and we have an argument-free home. So how can you achieve this for yourself? Let me share with you what I did. Okay, so my husband and I, we decided to take it slow. Just, don't overdo it. Let's take it slow. Let's go 2 days without any arguments. Can we do that? Let's just do that, And so we realized that we were working towards something together, and it was like a challenge, like a team effort. And we're on a game. We're playing a game together, and we both want each other to win. So we went 2 days, no argument. We're like, you know what? We can do this. We can go 2 days without fighting. Yay! So we're like, okay, let's try to up it a little bit. Let's go 1 week. And then we would have an argument. And then we'll be disappointed that we had the argument, because we broke our streak. We could go like 5 days, no argument. And then on the 6th day, we have an argument. And we're like, oh, we almost made it to 1 week. You know what I mean? So we started doing that. We started trying to up the challenge a little bit. We start with 2 days, then 1 week. And then we went to, can we do 2 weeks? Can we do a month? Can we do 3 months without argument? So we started, and what we noticed is it became a habit in our home. It became our lifestyle. We just don't argue, and we did not know. I cannot tell you when this happened, but I know that we started small, and next thing you know, we can look back and say, when was the last time we fought? We don't fight. How can you achieve this in your home? I'm telling you, it works. I have shared this with a lot of my friends, a lot of my small group members, a lot of my staff, people that I know. I share this all the time, and they have the same reaction you're probably having right now. Girl, bah, how can you not fight? And then when you try it at home with all your heart, I promise you're going to leave a comment in the comment section and say, Ruby, this has worked in my marriage, and I am telling you, I am living heaven on earth. I want to hear that comment. If you do this for 2 days, no argument, 1 week, no argument, 1 month, please comment on the comment section, and I want to celebrate with you. Okay, so how did we do that? We had to make rules for our game, for our challenge. We had to come up with rules. Things like you don't fight below the belt, don't abuse the privilege of no fight. What am I trying to say? So because we're in a no fight challenge, don't go pushing my buttons because you know that I'm not going to fight you. You know what I mean? So you have to be sensitive to escalation. okay? Don't push your significant other's buttons because you are because you know that they're trying to fast from fighting you. Don't do that, okay? So be sensitive to escalations. And when you do feel hurt, because it's bound to happen in a relationship, it's bound to happen where your spouse may say something or do something, or your family member. Remember, now this works either way, whether it's with spouse or relationship. So imagine your brother or your mom says something that hurts your feelings. You're sensitive to the escalations. The second point is you stay on topic, okay? So don't go saying, well, this is what you always do. You did this last week, then you did it this week. Then no, because now you're accusing. Okay, and I had to learn that myself, because remember I told you that the first couple of years in our marriage was kind of tough. Yes, I was good at record keeping, honey. I could keep record for the gods. Okay, I can keep records. I'll be like, well, on this day you did the same thing. On that day, you did the same exact thing. I could narrate a story for you of everything that you've done, so that's not good. I had to learn that, with my communication, I had to stay on topic. If we're talking about this, that's what we're talking about. We're not counting wrongs, right? We don't count wrongs. Love doesn't count wrongs. Another thing I had to learn is tomorrow is not promised. It's not promised. And this is something I learned the hard way. And that's a story for another day. I'm going to make a video on that. I learned the hard way with the death of my father, which is another day, but tomorrow is not promised. I want to make sure that in my relationships, that the people that I care about and that love me and I love them know that they are loved by me. I would hate for the last words they have with me is arguing and fighting. I would hate that. I don't want that. So the same way I apply it to my marriage, my spouse, tomorrow is not promised. But today, we have to live the best life today. And then tomorrow, if tomorrow comes, we live the best life tomorrow, because you never know when it's going to be your last. So we imbibe that truly. We truly believe that. We don't hold grudges in our marriage. We love like there is no tomorrow. We don't hold grudges. And it goes both ways. Okay. Now, another thing we learned is that we are a team. Okay. So with our no fight challenge, we're both pushing towards a common goal. So you have to set goals for yourself and say, okay, you talk to your spouse about it and say, can we go 1 week without having one single argument? That's the goal, 1 week. Now, both of you are a team working towards getting to that goal of 1 week. Okay, so with that, you will see that even when you get upset about something, your spouse is going to want to de-escalate the situation so it doesn't get to a fight, because you all are doing so well. So think about it. You're in day 6, you're almost reaching day 7, which is the 1 week. And then something happens in the house and there's almost a disagreement. And then you will find that you get to a quicker resolve with your spouse because you don't want to dwell on the problem. You want to dwell on the winning. You're all about to reach 1 week, so it gives you something to work towards, your communication goals and your marriage goals. It gives you something to work towards. And I'm telling you, it's exciting. You're going to learn to have no pride. You're going to learn. That happened with me and my husband. No pride at all. I have no pride saying sorry quickly, so that we can get past it and move on, because I don't want to fight and he doesn't want to fight. We're doing so well. We've gone, however months without fighting. What's little sorry gonna do? You know what I mean? So if I say something or he says something or does something, we quickly can say sorry so that we can move on to, the fun stuff. There's no pride because we have a common goal. We're winning together, So another thing is, we try to see each other's points. Okay, so just because this person, your significant other is hurting and you don't understand why, don't try to be right. I had to learn that, because I can I can argue for days. I can argue for days and prove that I am right. I will prove it at the end of the day that I'm right. But at what cost? Because now you have said things below the belt. Now you have done things. Now you have, you've had a stressful week, and it's just not worth it to be right all the time. Same thing, it goes two ways, So now we get to a point where if there's any issue that is about to rise, I can quickly say, I'm sorry. And then my husband is like, you know what? I'm sorry too. I'm like, no, I should be the one saying sorry. And then he's like, oh no, I should be. And by the time it is like, oh, you're so sweet, you're so kind, oh, thank you so much for saying sorry, because that really hurt my feelings. And then the other person is like, thank you for saying sorry, because that hurt my feelings. And next thing you know, you're lovey-dovey again, and people are looking at you like, these people crazy. No, it's not. I'm telling you, this is the secret to the lovey-dovey life. No fight challenge. So yes, start small is what I'm saying. This saved my marriage, and I hope that it saves any relationship that you value and takes it to the next level. I want to hear from you. Are you doing the no fight challenge? Are you living an argument-free life? Comment on the comment section. Like this if this has been eye-opening for you. Share this with your family members, your friends, your spouse. And I really want to hear from you. Start small. Just do 1 day, or do 2 days, or 3 days. Say, hey babe, can we go 3 days without fighting? Try it. It works. Until next time, this is Ruby Bello. I'm going to be bringing you more good stuff on marriage and, different things. But I think the next video I'm going to do is about business. I'm going to do, a business strategy that I used in my business to grow my business to the next level. Okay. So until then, stay blessed, stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.